Hi there, Dr. Glassmoyer here. It has been a while since I have put out a video. Went through kind of a rough spot with a health issue, doing much better. I've missed you so much and it's just really nice to be back. Over the course of the last several weeks, many people have contacted me with this question of, okay, I understand how damaging this relationship is. I'm beginning to understand the dynamic of the relationship and predictable tactics that he has used to manipulate me and really keep me in a vulnerable place in this relationship. Gotten to the place where I've made a decision about leaving, and now what? For so many people, that time, that moment of decision is incredibly frightening. You know that this relationship has been hurtful. You know that it has robbed you of your sense of self, of perhaps your support system, of close family and friends, of your trusting heart, of so many things. And you know it hasn't been good for you, and yet it is very frightening for most people when you make that decision that it's time to leave, it's time to move on. So many people wonder, how do I handle these emotions? What are my next steps? What do I do? So the first thing that I want to encourage you is that if you have made a decision that it's time to go, that you continue to do whatever is necessary to move forward in that. As I've said previously in other videos, toxic relationships tend to be boomerang relationships. Although the relationship dynamic may be unhealthy, it may be very hurtful, you are this guy's source of emotional strength, of stability, and he needs your affection and adoration and just knowing that he has you in order to feed this empty hole, this dark place that is inside of the narcissistic individual. So many people wonder, why does he want to keep me in this relationship? He's hurting me, he's saying these things to me that are so damaging and so negative. But rest assured that when you find your strength, when you decide that it's time for you to move on to something else, that likely he's going to do anything and everything either to try to keep you at that time in the relationship, or once you have moved on and you have found your center and you found a safe place and you're getting on with your life, he's then going to come back. Because remember, these people need the adoration of others. They need their source. It's like an emotional vampire. They suck the life out of caring, kind, loving people around them, dump them and move on to the next, but really can't stand it when someone who they once had in that adoring, vulnerable spot finds their strength and moves on. So if you have decided, if you have made a decision that it's time to leave, do anything and everything you need to do to make sure that you keep going. If you're in a marriage, oftentimes that is going to entitle going and getting legal counsel, even if you're not ready yet to file the papers, so that you know. Because what he's telling you you deserve, what he's telling you you're entitled to, oftentimes doesn't even closely resemble what the law would say that you're entitled to after being married to this person. So you've decided to go, create a structure so that you can keep moving. The next thing is how to deal with these intense emotions. Oftentimes, even though you have made a decision to leave him, you may still have intense feelings for him. Sometimes a really confusing mix. Some days you may feel like you love him, other days you may feel like you just can't stand him, you can't be around him. Fear can be a part of the mix, so many emotions. And the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people make is trying to avoid those emotions. In order to get to the other side of them, you've got to process them. You've got to feel them. So although friends and family can be a good support, they often have their own intense feelings about the situation. So it's often a good idea to find a good therapist, a trusted therapist, a support group. The Facebook group on my site is a private site. You can sign up. Your membership is not going to, it's going to be kept confidential. No one can see that you're a member. No one can see what you post or what other people post there. So you can get some support from other women who have been through something similar. When you think about trying to avoid feelings, that's not going to be healthy for you. If you have children, it's definitely not going to be healthy for the children. So alcohol, drugs, anything that's going to numb you out in any way is going to do more harm than good. Thinking of things like getting some exercise, getting out, going for a walk, experiencing nature, connecting with your more spiritual side. All of these things are going to be helpful, and we're going to be talking more and more about them here. One of those things is something that's called mindfulness or mindful meditation. And all this is simply learning to connect with your life in the present moment as it is, with acceptance, without judgment, and really being willing to accept what's there. Often it's what we avoid that becomes big and painful and scary. And if we just sit and allow ourselves to feel the feelings, whatever they might be, we find that they do pass. Just feelings, they come and they go. So there's a lot of great resources out on the internet on mindfulness and mindful meditation. The person who I really consider to be the father of mindful meditation and that whole movement of really integrating our awareness, our ability to connect with ourselves in our life, not only with our emotional health, but also with our physical health, really pioneered by a brilliant man by the name of Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn. And it's Jon Kabat with a K, K-A-B-A-T, and then Zinn, Z-I-N-N. He generously offers so many resources through YouTube. You can learn about what it is. There are many, many guided meditations. I'm also going to be talking more about those things here and offering some calls and some groups that you can participate in so that you can learn to begin to do this. What we try to avoid, what we push away, creates suffering. What you're going through is painful. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And yet accepting that it's painful, being willing to feel the emotions and process the emotions, to grieve what the relationship wasn't. You had hopes for this, and it turned out to be very, very different than you wanted it to be. So allowing yourself to go through that grieving process to get to the other side without rushing it, without trying to numb out, without trying to replace with another person, get into another relationship. You want to take the time to heal and to get the relationships of other women who have been through this, of a trusted therapist. Get people around you who can really help you to grieve, to move through this, and to get to the other side. So this is a brief video today, just reconnecting with you. I am so happy to be back. I have missed all of you. Thank you for continuing to contact me through messages and through email. Look forward to seeing videos on a regular basis. There will be weekly videos coming out. And continue to contact me. Let me know what you want to hear about. Let me know what's helpful to you. Remember, I have been where you are, and I'm here to help. Great to see you. Great to be back, feeling better and more like myself again. And I will look forward to seeing you next week. So if you have made that tough decision, take care of yourself. Connect with me, connect with a therapist, connect with a support group, connect with us on Facebook, get connected, get help. You will get to the other side of this.